Hi, I'm Brennan Metzler with the American Association of Snowboard Instructors and REI Co-op. I'm here to talk to you about splitboarding. People have two questions about splitboards. First, they want to know, you cut that snowboard in half. How does it ride on the downhill? And the answer is, they're great. They're absolutely awesome. Second question that people have about splitboards is, how do I take it apart and put it back together? So today, we're going to walk you through that process. There's a few steps you're going to take to transition your snowboard from downhill mode in solid form into two skis in uphill mode to take you up the hill. As you practice these steps, they're going to become quicker and easy, and that way you're kind of keeping pace with all your partners. The first thing that we're going to do is take our bindings off our snowboard. To take your bindings off, either pull the pin out of your splitboard binding or release the toe lever. Pull the binding off the pucks. As you take your bindings off, be sure to adjust the forward lean for the amount that you like for the uphill. By taking away the forward lean, it's going to take a lot of the kind of weight off your legs and just make it easier to stride uphill. I'm going to repeat with the other binding, releasing the toe lever, pulling off the binding, adjusting the forward lean into uphill mode. After we take our bindings off our board, we're going to release the tip and the tail clip and turn this solid board into two skis to take us up the hill. Tip and tail clips are pretty simple to release. The board will slide apart. To go uphill, we're going to take our split board and we're going to flip it so that our outside edges become the inside. This is significant so that when you're sliding uphill, you don't have anything catching or breaking on the way up. Next, when attaching your bindings to your skis, it's important that the ratchets and the toe and the heel straps are to the outside of the ski. This will keep them out of your way. Attach the other binding. Again, given a visual check to make sure that the ratchets, the straps are all to the outside. Once we have the skis separated and the bindings attached, it's time to put on our skins. Skins are designed to go on a specific ski, so be sure to match the shape of the skin to the shape of the ski. To attach your skin to the ski, start at the tip, attaching the skin, and pull the tail out, fastening the skin as you move down the ski. It's important that your skin is in the middle of the ski with equal amounts of edge showing on each side. Smooth the skin to the bottom of the ski and then attach the tail clip to fasten it. Fastening the tail clip pulls this part of the skin against the base and make sure that no snow gets inside the skin on the way up. We're going to repeat that with the other ski. Attaching the skin at the tip, making sure the skin is centered along the splitboard. Smoothing the skin out, and finally attaching the tail clip. Just got our splitboard skis on the right side. We got our bindings on. The skins are attached. To go uphill, we're gonna step into our bindings. Fastening them to be snug. We're going to extend our trekking or hiking poles to a comfortable length. Throw our pack on and we're ready to go. For tips on how to skin uphill, check out our other uphill video. All right, so we've made it up the skin track. We're at the top of our line. It's time to talk about how to break these skis down, get your snowboard back together so you can have an awesome descent. First thing we're gonna do, get out of our splitboard, kind of get comfortable up here, get ourselves a nice little area to make this transition happen. As I unstrap from the splitboard, step away, I'm gonna be taking my bindings off the board first. It's important, just like when we were transitioning at the bottom, to remember to adjust your forward lean. I'm now at the top of the line, so I add some forward lean. Gives me that performance I'm looking for on the downhill. I'm gonna do that to both bindings. Remember, if you have a pin, you'll be pulling the pin out to release the binding. If you have a toe lever, we'll be releasing that. Again, adjusting forward lean to your desired amount. Put the bindings off to the side, we'll get back to them in just a second. With our bindings off, it's time to take off our skins. So take off your skin, release the tail clip, pull from tail to tip, doing your best to keep the skin off the snow surface. Once the skin is off the ski, we're gonna put the sticky side to sticky side, fold it up. That can either go in our pack or in our jacket pocket. We're gonna repeat that with the other ski, releasing our tail clip, pulling the skin, folding the skin up, and she's ready to go. At this point, we have 2 skis. We're gonna put those back together into a solid split board. Something to do before you try to put them together is to check your yin-yang clips, your tip and your tail clips, to make sure they're all in a position where the board can be put back together. With the clips ready, I'm lining up my board. Almost looks like a snowboard with a little gap in the middle. I'm gonna put the inside edge together. And for my particular configuration, I then can slide the board into place. There's a few different yin-yang clips out there. Either way, the principles are the same, which is get the inside edge together, lock it into place, and then move on to the tip and the tail clips. I had some ice on the tip and tail clips, so it's important to clear that out of the way so that this will fasten. It has a nice lock to it when it's in place. Same thing on the tail. A little bit of snow in that clip. Knock it out, no problem. Fasten that clip. Now my board is in solid mode. With the board back together, we have one final step, which is to put our bindings back on. Similar process to what we started the day with, just in reverse. We're gonna slide the base plate along the pucks, give it a little nudge into place, press down on the toe lever, and we're good to go. Again, if your binding has a pin system, you would slide the pin through, and that keeps that binding in place for the downhill. We're gonna repeat with the other binding. Give it a couple hits. Toe lever's good to go. Got a downhill snowboard. So while today it's pretty easy for me to slide my binding on and off these pucks, there are times when you've toured through actually like soft snow and powder, and it can kind of get on these pucks. If you have that happening, it's gonna be hard for this to slide over. One thing you can do before you put your binding on is you can just take your pole, just kind of clean around the pucks. If there's any snow on top or on the sides of them, because these grooves need to be available for the actual binding to slide across. So you can give that a check in case it's hard sometime for you to attach that binding. A couple final steps would be just collapsing the poles, putting them in the pack just so my hands are free and I can do what I want, and then stashing the skins in the pack as well. That way, all I'm thinking about are my turns. So we've worked through the steps of putting our split board into uphill mode, getting it into downhill mode, and it's gonna take you a little bit of time to be smooth with that. So practice this at home when it's nice and warm and comfortable. Practice this at your resort on a groomer. That way you're nice and efficient and smooth, so you're not holding up your partners, or if you're in some weather, it's easy for you. More than anything, I hope you have a great time split boarding and you get to enjoy turns that you can remember for the rest of your life. Thanks for joining us. You.